Hello.
I'm finally free, and you'll be sorry.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a complicated video. So here's what's going on. I have microphones from the t.Bone, which is Thoman's in-house budget line of microphones. There's a lot of them. There are some clones and copies of popular mics, and some that you don't know what they are, but they're just great. And I'm looking at 5 condenser mics in the range of, I think, $75 to 200 and something. So ultra budget, no question about it. Why am I doing this? Well, full transparency, their affiliate program is offering 2% more for any kind of t.Bone content, which realistically means about, I don't know, $4 or something if I sell a mic. Trust me, I'm not gonna shill any stuff on you for $4. My reputation and your music that you make is worth way more to me than $4. But I say, well, I looked at some t.Bone mics early in my YouTube career. Let's see where they're at now. I think the two that I looked at, the SE2000 and the RetroTube 2, are kind of unchanged, but they definitely added a lot. And it's worth looking at them and comparing them, doing some tests, and doing them against a reference mic, and just giving you an idea of the range, because doing a single mic, what's the point? So that's what we're doing, and we're going to start looking at them from lowest to highest, and of course then after we go through some stats and some stuff I want to tell you, we will do sound tests on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, vocals in a mix, vocals unprocessed. After that, you be the judge and you buy whatever the crap you like, okay? So we're going to start with the SC450, but before I hold it in my hand, I'm going to have to take it out of the box, and that is the stunning thing, the general presentation of these mics, how they come. Even the €75 one comes in a little case. Do not think that that's just like, I don't care, it's a little case. These things cost money. The bigger cases, if you buy like a DJ case or something, cost you up to $50. So the presentation and the accessories are amazing. So in these unboxings, please pay attention to that. So let's take the 450 out of the case. Okay, sure, simple little case, but there is a shock mount. You squeeze it and then you take it out, included, and relatively simple large diaphragm mic with a low frequency roll-off and a minus 10 dB pad, or cardioid and condenser, no tube or anything. $75 can't possibly be able to compete with anything bigger, right? Well, we're gonna find out. It's totally fine. What else would I say to this? It seems solid. It's kind of Neumann-ish in appearance. I got nothing bad to say about this. It says made in China. Of course, that might be relevant to some people. 20 hertz to 18 hertz. 18D. I mean, look, I'm not going to go into frequency response curves. We're going to listen. I'm not going to go into, oh my God, this is all super nerdy shit. SPL 0% THD. None of this is, it's about music. Let's not go into that stuff. $75. Moving on. Next one on the list, this is pretty impressive, is the SC1100. No power supply, straightforward condenser mic. Actually, not so much, because it already has a... Wait, we have to take it out of the box first. could see that there was an issue, and we'll talk about this. But generally speaking, we have Omni, Cardioid, and Figure 8. It's $139. Comes in a case, has different polar patterns, and a low frequency roll off in the back. I like how these switches work. Very, very clear, not little tiny ones. It comes, you screw this in at the bottom, with a metal shock mount. All I can say is, if you're buying a Neumann mic, you're not getting a shock mount. You're not getting a metal case. You might get a little wooden case. If you want the shock mount and you're buying Neumann, it's about $400 extra for the shock mount. This is $139 and has a shock mount included. And I'm gonna say that the quality of the shock mount here is about 80% of where the one from Neumann would be. Of course, these bits here, where you tighten, this is always where you feel quality. Now, what you could see in the beginning, what do you want to know? 20 to 20,000 hertz, low cut, impedance is 200 ohms. Who gives a crap? What does it sound like? So what I could see in the unboxing, which is why it took 20 minutes to unbox this, I looked at it and I could see that the diaphragm was off center. It was tilted over. So instead of sending it back and waiting weeks to make this video, I opened these two screws on the side and took the top off. And then it was very simple. Just take the diaphragm, which was surrounded by plastic, and just push it down on the two metal poles, and it's fine. This could have happened on the trip, just they didn't catch it in the warehouse. I don't think they're gonna open every single €139 mic, which is totally fine. But then it was pretty apparent once you took this off that the whole insides kind of all of a sudden were like, now we're free, and were wiggling around, and you could tell a little bit about the production quality of these mics. Here's the thing. Something like this, with its solid appearance and shock mount and case and all that stuff, from any other company would run you hundreds. Somewhere has to be the savings. Well, one place where you save is distribution channels. Literally that. There's a company, let's say company X, and that company wants to make money on their mic that they make in China. And then company X gets the mic from China and adds 30-40%. Then it goes to the distributor who add 30-40%. Then it goes to Thomann who add, and so on, and then VAT, or Mehrwertsteuer as we say in German, comes on top of that. If you cut the distributor and the company and you make your own company, and you buy these in China. That's why these are so cheap. But also, frankly, you could see I had real trouble getting the screws back in and getting it all to kind of fall in place. There is a bit of a difference in quality there. And again, how things tighten. It isn't super high end. You know what also tells you that it's not super high end? $139. So can I excuse that? I got really frustrated trying to put it back together, but I did, and I think we're fine. So in the end, what does the €139 mic that comes with a shock mount, has different polar patterns, and a metal case sound like? That's really what matters. We're gonna take the next one out of the case. Now we're getting utterly ridiculous. So this is the SCT 700. It looks impressive, okay? It says, pure condenser microphone on the back. This is a tube mic. It clocks in at $179. We're not even breaking the 200 yet. So trust me, my affiliate money, who cares? Screws in at the bottom here. Oh wait, I haven't taken it out of the box yet. Let's do that. That's impressive. Impressive, right? So, this is only cardioid, which is fine. 1.07-inch gold membrane. So the diaphragm is gold splattered, whatever that means, or I don't know. Really warm sound, 20 hertz, blah, 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 output impedance, max SPL. Read it on the website, that's what the links are for. Again, comes in a shock mount, different shock mount. This, of course, is my Triad Orbit connector. This is how it comes with a reduction piece. I just have it all on Triad Orbit stuff so I can quickly change them. Now, again, talking about quality, this is a heavy mic, and you have to really tighten this so that doesn't move anymore. And that's a plastic thing. Okay, have I mentioned that it's $179? There are things to critique here, but that's because they're super inexpensive. This is a tube mic. You get a tube mic for $179 with a 7-pin cable, which of course is included. And then there's this power supply. Rather simple. Comes with an IEC plug, on off. You can change it to 230 and then probably 110. You use the 7-pin cable right there. It's included. And then you have the XLR output right there. Very simple power supply. But that's what comes in the box in a nice case. And did I ever mention it? It's a tube mic, which means it is inherently a warmer sound. How much warmer? Anything that even matters? Can you tell? We'll find out in the clips. Moving on. We're now breaking the €200 mark. We're at 239. Let's take the SCT-2000 out of the box. Impressive. Wooden shit. It's crazy how they pull this off. So here we have another tube mic. Tube inside. Here the diaphragm's fine. Didn't have to open it. Similar construction as on the 1100. Now, again, shock mount. It looks like it is the same shock mount as on the 1100 because it looks like it's about the same size. Now, you can't do any switching here because that is all on the power supply, which again, 7-pin. And here you can actually now switch. That's the difference between this and the 700 to Omni, figure 8, cardioid, or in between. Okay? IC, switchable voltage, on off. Have I mentioned it's 239 and it's a pretty damn cool big ass tube mic? I did. So, but still, let me bitch about some of this stuff. So it comes with a cable, and on this, I don't think it is the cable. Getting it into the plug right there is difficult. It's very tight. Leslie said I can do it, I don't want to break it because she was helping me with the mics. And then getting it out is a bit more difficult. Now, why is that? Because you're spending $239 on a super high-endish kind of tube mic with polar pattern. Somewhere has to be the problem. They have to save somewhere, and that is intolerances for this kind of stuff. So, is this a real problem? No, but I'm pointing it out. Okay. So, that's the SCT-2000. Really nice presentation with the case and everything. If you're looking for a tube mic for $240, there you go. And if you're looking for a tube mic, get the 700. But if you need one with different polar patterns, why would you need that? Well, if you want to capture more of the room, go to Omni. If you want to do MS recording, for example, you could, for example, get this tube mic for the cardioid and then put this on top like this for figure 8, and you can do beautiful MS recording, which gives you control over some spatial and stereo features. That's a pretty damn good combination. However, you have to know, with the weight of these, you need some good stands. Your €20 stand isn't gonna cut it. You need some heavy-duty shit, okay? Because, what is this? Doesn't say the weight here. Here it said 700 grams. This is a little bit more. Moving on to the last in our field. I did this wrong because the RetroTube's actually cheaper. Now this big kahuna... Oh, unboxing first. So, this big kahuna clocks in at €219. It is a heavy bastard. Absolutely is. So you need the right stand. But I really appreciate the different shock mount. It's absolutely safe in there. It looks really cool. I own a blue bottle worth $4,000 or $5,000. And there is a difference when you look at a mic like this. We're going to get to this. This one has 10 dB pad on it and low cut on the actual mic. This bit is plastic. With the weight, yes, you really have to put some pressure on there. Let's see, you couldn't open it at all to make sure it stays in the position. But come on, it is rather impressive. Comes in a super cool case. Wooden box, all that, you've seen it. And this rather impressive power supply makes it feel like an old kind of studio thing, right? 7-pin, XLR out, same thing again, cardioid to Omni to figure 8. And a really cool Fendery blue LED on the back, voltage selector. The whole, it's $220. It's utterly ridiculous. I actually own one of these. This one's going back, but I didn't know. I found one in the basement. I did have this in videos a few years ago. How do we test this? We need a reference. I'm using this. This is the Lewitt LCT 440 in the Vida edition, meaning it is limited edition. It's dark green, has a tree on the back. The Lewitt 440 has become a microphone classic. It's a modern classic. Many YouTube channels use it. Many of my friends use it. You can use it for almost anything. And it's a great mic, clocking in at more than all the others, 270 or 280 for this one. Now that is more. There's no case. There is not a lot of frills. It comes with this very nice shock mount, okay? And it comes with a magnetic pop filter. So, right out the gate, this is, in terms of how it feels and how it handles, a higher quality produced mic, okay? Because there's also a whole team in Austria designing this and all that. It's not a clone of anything. It has the same kind of plastic adjustment here, which isn't such a big deal compared to, let's say, the RetroTube, because it's a much smaller and lighter mic. But this is I would call it modern classic, and we're going to use that as reference to listen to the other mics. So this is not outlandishly more expensive. It's about $50 more expensive, whatever, than the most expensive mic that we have here. And I'm going to say we're going to start with acoustic guitar. You're going to hear this, and then you're going to hear the others, and then you're going to come back to me. You might have seen or heard that maybe for acoustic guitar, if it's my preference, you might not want to go to the tube mics, because especially the Retro Tube 2 adds quite a bit of warmth, which is what you want from a tube mic, but maybe you don't want that on an acoustic strummed guitar. But that is not to say that that's a bad mic, it's to say that that's not the mic for the application. I would really use a small condenser mic for that, but that's not what we're testing. Okay, let's go to electric guitar. Now, of course, electric guitar on a cab, you usually use an SM57 dynamic mic, but that's not what we're testing. So again, we're going 440 and then all the others. Let's go. Okay, I felt that one of them, I think it was the 700 maybe, was clipping a bit. I feel that's not my leveling, maybe, I don't know. For electric guitar, really almost anything does it. Of course, an SM57, which they have in the MB75, which is $37 with a cable and a case, get that. I have one. Maybe if you're miking electric guitar and you want to do a condenser together with an SM57 or MB75, get the SC450, $75, and you're good. Because realistically, there isn't a lot of top-end in electric guitar, and using high-end tube mics is kind of stupid. Okay, but of course, what we all want to know is, what do vocals sound like? Now, the problem is, we cannot, and I should have said that on the other tests, we cannot do the scientific method, meaning they're all exactly in the same location, exactly with the same source, exactly with the same performance. We had different performances on the others as well, because we had to change mics. It's not possible. This isn't a scientific approach. This is a rough thing. Raphael was singing, we changed the mics, and he sang every single time again. We had to. So is it the same performance? No, it is not. Is it pretty damn close? Yeah, we hope so. So let's go check. There's a dog coming. I think that's Raphael and Raphael's dogs. Raphael and Raphael's dog. Woo! I'm talking about you.
About whom?
Ignore him.
With whom?
With the people watching the review.
Ah, hi. I sang. Okay-ish.
So let's go check that out in a full mix.
Time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. You're on your knees, you're begging please, but I'll just run. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. I'm finally free.
So now obviously that was within a mix, and if you ask me, I couldn't tell any difference. I was sitting here with Rafa, we had no idea. Either of those tracks would be fine. You're gonna have opinions on it, I know, but all fine. Now, completely unprocessed, right out of Cubase, nothing on it. Let's check that out.
It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, I'm finally free. And you'll be sorry when I'm gone. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. It's time to leave, it's time to leave. I'm fine.
Now you feel whatever you want to feel. I feel that the tube mics are clearly warmer. In the mix, not so much. By themselves, you can tell that. If that's what you want, great. Sometimes for me, that's not what I want. But these are options. If you have something like this, but you want something warmer, you might actually get away with spending $219 and having this. Again, you need something heavy. But bottom line is, let's look at three things. We've seen on this, when you open it, things kind of fall out and getting it back together is difficult. The production quality is a little lower than what you would want. However, the price is a lot lower than what you want to spend. So, all good. Is that correct? It's a lot lower than what you want to... You know what I'm trying to say. Sound-wise, they all do the job. The freaking €75 mic does the job. I would record that song, that album with this and not look back. Not in any way feel that I skimped out. Because if I can't tell the difference right here in my studio with $3,000 of monitor speakers, then who can tell the difference listening in the car on the phone? Okay? So absolutely any of these will do the job. I vouch for that. There's a big thing. Did I scratch this? Oops. There's a big thing to be said for the psychology of a vocalist behind a mic. When I had the big blue bottle, which is twice as big, 3 times as big as this, coming down from above, and you're in this vintagey looking, big, impressive mic, a vocalist will approach the performance very differently. And that is absolutely true. I've seen it over and over again. They assume that what they hear is a lot better. A lot more is at stake when you're behind that microphone. So having something heavy, big ass like this, to the vocalist, whether they do it consciously or subconsciously, is absolutely a real thing. Looking at it is going to make you feel like, oh, the performance now really matters because look at the cool mic. Damn, is this heavy? You need a big ass stand for this. Now the thing is, the vocalist looks at this, and I love Lewitt, don't get me wrong, and they come with respect. They look at this, and they're like, well, it's a little mic. They didn't spend a lot of money on this, even though this is cheaper. And do I really need to give my full performance? And not that I don't really care, but there is a difference whether you sing something into something like this or this that looks the part, that looks like what you know from the big studios, or, no offense, Lewitt, but you sing into something small and convenient like this, okay? And I think this is where these things absolutely deliver. They look impressive, they deliver the sound. None of them is over $240. Honestly, they deliver. I was a little bit disappointed trying to get this back together, but you don't expect the finest craftsmanship and the finest parts when you spend $240 on a tube mic that comes in a case with a wooden box, with a great shock mount and a power supply and all the cables you need. And okay, you cannot expect the ridiculous quality and tolerances when it comes to parts. That would be unreasonable. So I think the T.Bone delivers good mics that do the job. If I ask, are there better mics? Yeah. How better? Honestly, I don't know. I'd record with these and be happy. I record with my €4,000 mic, I'd be happy. I record with my €2,000 mic and be happy. In the end, with a good performance, any of these will do. And that is, sadly, the blatant truth. That's the fact. So, if you don't have a big budget, please do not wait until you get the better mic. Get one of these and record and make music. What T.Bone allows you to do is, at a budget, get a tube mic, a ribbon mic, a condenser mic, an SM7B, kind of a clone, a MB75, all that stuff, and make music without giving you the out or the excuse of, oh, I don't have the budget, the album has to wait. No. You can record, and they have great sounding stuff. So make music out there. Go use my links below so I can get my 2 extra %. That'll buy me a burger. Thank you very much. And animals at the end.
In the day, there's an oddity in my way. I don't seem to care for what I did before. Playing tennis in a thunderstorm, sipping gin till the break of dawn. Yeah, I'm on a new bed.